Hey there, and welcome back. We're on to top tip number 4. So, if there's one thing I want you to take away from today, it's that we don't get fitter from training, we get fitter from recovery from training. So, when we train, we break our body down. And if we only train, we carry on breaking our body down, breaking our body down. We're not going to get any fitter. What we need is recovery. Recovery is the point when our body rebuilds itself, it makes itself stronger, more able to deal with whatever you throw at it next time. So we need to make sure there's enough recovery time between sessions to allow our body to rebuild, to adapt, and for us to get stronger and fitter. If all we do is train, 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 we just get ill, injured, overtrained. As we get older, especially as women, and we go through perimenopause and menopause, our bodies can be under even more stress. And so the recovery at that point becomes more and more important. And I know if this is affecting you right now, that you're probably thinking, yes, but I used to be able to get away with it. I used to be able to do this session, that session. I didn't need so much rest. I'd strongly urge you to try and move away from that. It's not helping you. It's not serving you. Your body is changing. Our bodies change as we get older. And instead, try and focus on how to get the best out of your body now instead. And that means listening to your body, responding to its needs, and in many cases, taking some more recovery time. So in terms of your action plan for top tip number 4, most importantly, respect your rest time. When I'm writing a plan for clients, I include a rest day each week, maybe more than one, but at least a rest day each week, and a rest week every 3 to 4 weeks. If your menstrual cycle affects your training, then I'd schedule that rest week for the worst days, the days when you don't want to be doing the sort of hard training. Remember, a rest week doesn't mean no training, doesn't mean doing nothing, it just means reducing the load and taking out the intensity to allow your whole self to recover. But experiment, find out what works best for you. I'd also say don't do hard sessions back to back. I probably wouldn't do 2 runs back to back, depending on what your goals are and what your volume of training you're used to. But again, running's the one where we tend to get most injured. So we want that increased recovery time between those harder sessions to allow the body to recover. Make sure you're getting enough sleep. Sleep is when our body recovers. If you're not getting enough sleep, and again, as we go through perimenopause, that can be something that does become a lot harder to get. So we need more sleep time, or if we're not getting more sleep, we need to reduce or adjust our training. And then make sure you're eating a balanced diet. Our diet is the sort of building blocks of our recovery. We need enough protein for our body to rebuild itself. So we aim for about 25 to 30 grams of protein straight after your training, or as soon as possible after your training sessions. Aim for a gram of protein per kilogram of body weight per day. At least a gram, maybe up to 2.5 grams, particularly as we go through perimenopause. Make sure we're getting enough energy. We've already talked about that, but to fuel our recovery as well as the training sessions, and then get that, varied diet. So you're getting all your vitamins and minerals in there as well. And try and avoid too many inflammatory foods, things like high sugar, refined carbs, saturated fats. Those can all undermine our recovery. So there's your top tips for recovery from training. Next up is our 5th and final tip, and we're going to be looking at preparing for race day itself. So I look forward to speaking to you then.